when we started our partnership through Visit Rwanda with the different teams, starting with Arsenal. Yeah. And because I'm saying this, making a choice becomes political in a sense, all right? You know, when we did that, not only did some, but these are minority, they didn't understand this.
In 1994, the world watched this country collapse into one of the darkest chapters of modern history. For many, the name Rwanda became forever associated with tragedy. But history is never the final chapter. Today, a new image is reaching millions of people across the world. Not through headlines, not through politics, but through football stadiums, basketball arenas, luxury tourism, and one of the most ambitious nation branding campaigns ever attempted by an African country. They call it Visit Rwanda.
Many decades ago, Rwanda's story was overshadowed by one of the darkest chapters in its history. Around the world, the country's name had become associated with tragedy rather than opportunity. Rebuilding roads, schools, and hospitals was only part of the task. Rwanda also had to rebuild something less visible, but equally important: its identity. The country's strategy was unconventional. Rather than relying on diplomacy alone, Rwanda sought to change global perceptions through direct experience. The idea was simple: invite people to visit, to see the country for themselves, and allow those experiences to reshape its image. Tourism became a cornerstone of that vision. Mountain gorilla trekking in Volcanoes National Park emerged as Rwanda's flagship attraction, drawing visitors from around the world. By 2005, tourism had become one of the country's leading sources of foreign exchange, providing momentum for broader economic growth. At the same time, Kigali was transforming into a regional center for international conferences and events. Modern infrastructure, including the Kigali Convention Center, helped position the city as a destination for meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions, known globally as the MICE industry. High-profile events such as the African Union Summit and the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting reinforced that ambition. By 2018, after more than a decade of steady investment and careful planning, Rwanda believed it was ready to take its story beyond conference halls and tourism brochures to one of the world's biggest stages. On May 23, 2018, Rwanda made a bold move onto the global stage. Visit Rwanda became Arsenal Football Club's first ever official sleeve partner. The deal, reportedly worth around $39 million over 3 years, marked a new chapter in the country's branding strategy. Rwanda Development Board said the partnership was funded by tourism revenue, not foreign aid. With Arsenal's shirts reportedly seen an estimated 35 million times every day around the world, Rwanda had secured unprecedented global visibility. 1 year later, the Rwanda Development Board reported a 17% increase in tourism revenue and a 22% rise in visitors from Europe, figures it presented as early evidence that the campaign was delivering results. The momentum didn't stop with Arsenal. In 2019, Visit Rwanda expanded into French football through a partnership with Paris Saint-Germain, a relationship that has since been extended through 2028. 2 years later, Kigali welcomed the inaugural Basketball Africa League at the newly built $104 million BK Arena, marking the NBA's first league operated outside North America. In 2023, Rwanda partnered with Bayern Munich, combining tourism promotion with the launch of a football academy in Kigali to support youth development. Then, in 2025, the campaign reached new heights. Atletico de Madrid joined the growing list of partners, while Visit Rwanda entered American professional sports for the first time through landmark agreements with the NBA's LA Clippers and the NFL's LA Rams, the first African tourism brand to secure partnerships in both leagues. What began as a tourism campaign had evolved into one of the world's most ambitious sports marketing strategies. By 2025, Rwanda's tourism industry had reached record levels. According to the Rwanda Development Board, tourism revenue rose to $685 million, while international visitor arrivals increased by 9% compared with the previous year. The sector's economic impact went far beyond visitor numbers. The World Travel and Tourism Council estimated that travel and tourism supported nearly 386,000 jobs in Rwanda in 2024, making it one of the country's largest sources of employment. The road to recovery, however, was not without challenges. When the COVID-19 pandemic brought global travel to a halt in 2020, Rwanda's tourism revenue fell by approximately 74%, from around $500 million in 2019 to about $120 million. But the rebound was remarkable. Tourism revenue recovered to $620 million in 2023, climbed to $647 million in 2024, and reached a record $685 million in 2025. According to the World Travel and Tourism Council, the sector also contributed nearly 1.9 trillion Rwandan francs to the national economy in 2024, equivalent to approximately 9.8% of Rwanda's GDP. Looking ahead, the Rwanda Development Board has set an ambitious goal, generating $1 billion in annual tourism revenue by 2029. The numbers suggest that Visit Rwanda has become more than a marketing campaign. It has evolved into a central pillar of Rwanda's long-term economic strategy.
Rwanda is more than an airline. We are a bridge between Africa and the world, between you and your dreams. Welcome to Kigali.
As Visit Rwanda expanded across global sport, it also became the subject of international debate. Critics, including Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, and some academic researchers, argued that the campaign represented sports washing, using elite sport to improve a country's international image. Rwanda has consistently rejected those accusations, describing them as politically motivated and insisting that the campaign is an investment in tourism and economic development. The conflict in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo further intensified the debate. The United Nations, the United States, and G7 governments have accused Rwanda of supporting the M23 rebel group, an allegation Rwanda continues to deny. In February 2025, DR Congo's foreign minister called the sponsorships blood-stained and urged European clubs to end their partnerships. The clubs themselves maintained that their relationships with Visit Rwanda were commercial tourism partnerships, not political endorsements. Later that year, Arsenal and Visit Rwanda mutually agreed to conclude their 8-year partnership at the end of the 2025-26 season. By then, the campaign had already delivered years of global exposure, and Rwanda was broadening its international sports marketing strategy beyond a single Premier League club. That expansion continued in July 2026, when Aston Villa announced Visit Rwanda as its new front-of-shirt sponsor. Despite renewed criticism from Amnesty International, Aston Villa stated that the partnership was focused on tourism, business collaboration, football development, and international growth, reflecting the position consistently taken by Rwanda and its sporting partners that sport should remain a platform for cooperation rather than political division. As the campaign matured, Rwanda's ambitions expanded beyond Europe's football stadiums. The country entered the American sports market through partnerships with the NBA's LA Clippers and the NFL's LA Rams, extending the Visit Rwanda brand to millions of new audiences. The vision reaches beyond sponsorships. Rwanda has openly expressed its ambition to host a Formula One Grand Prix, while in 2025 it became the first African nation to host the UCI Road World Championships, another milestone in its strategy to position itself on the global sporting stage. Today, Visit Rwanda is no longer just about placing a logo on a football shirt. It is part of a broader effort to establish Kigali as a leading destination for tourism, international business, global conferences, and elite sporting events.
In 1994, the world knew Rwanda. For one reason. Today, millions know it. For another. From the Emirates Stadium in London to the Parc des Princes in Paris to the Allianz Arena in Munich to the Riyadh Air Metropolitano in Madrid to Villa Park in Birmingham to BK Arena in Kigali, and to the bright lights of Los Angeles.
Two worlds have traveled farther
Than anyone imagined. Visit Rwanda. Whether history remembers it as one of Africa's most ambitious nation branding campaigns, or one of the most debated examples of sports diplomacy, will not be decided by football clubs or by headlines alone. It will be measured by its lasting impact on tourism, investment, economic opportunity, and the lives of the people it was created to serve. The story of Visit Rwanda is still being written.